Taiwan has a bunch of cycling routes around the island. Come with me on my great ride around Taiwan.
We weren't really affected by the earthquake. My brother, who lives there on the island, he kind of kept tabs on it, and he says, yeah, things are kind of just feeling like business as normal. We know there was some damage over near the epicenter, a lot of rock falls and things like that. But for the most part, where we were safe. No harm, no damage in the area we were at.
Day 3. Today I ride from Keelung to Yilan. Today I left Keelung, rode down a little ways and missed my turn again. Had to go back up the road just a little bit to catch the right road. There's the road down to the valley I just came up out of. Coming out of Keelung this morning. Got back on Cycle Route 1 and coming up this hill. It's a pretty steep one. No more going over the mountain. I'm going through. Woo! Woo-hoo! Made it to the end. That was a long tunnel. We stopped by the Shifen waterfall, which is a pretty good waterfall. We stopped there, had to hike up to the waterfall.
Even though it's the low water season, it's still quite an amazing waterfall. There's also a little one called the Yingjingdong Fall. You should never quote me on any of my Taiwanese speaking, Mandarin speaking words.
Look, it's covered with moss.
Oh, they're little horses.
Riding across Taiwan. And then we went to the Shifen Old Street. An old street, the old shop fronts and stuff were facing a train track, which is still in use. That was pretty cool. They had lanterns, paper lanterns that you could decorate and then launch up into the air. And whenever a train would come, they would yell out and everybody would have to get off the train tracks for the train to go by, and then everybody got back on to launch their lanterns and stuff. So it was really cool to do that.
Kilometers an hour.
They're stopping me now.
Woohoo! We stopped to eat lunch. We crossed over to where the beach are, and there's a ton of sand sculptures that they're just beginning to build. It was interesting to see that. We dipped our toes in the ocean, and we made sure the coast was clear and there were no tsunamis from the earlier earthquake this morning.
Then we went on out to the easternmost point of the island, which there wasn't really a monument or anything out there, but we went out to the easternmost point, got a couple pictures.
Well, this is the easternmost part of Taiwan. This little piece of rock that shoots out here. We had to go through all of this to get there. So there it is, easternmost tip of Taiwan. Next stop, Hawaii.
Rode on down. There were a couple tunnels, more mountains to go over, a few things like that. Rode on down into Yilan, and one thing I noticed is when I'm routing on my Google Maps in Taiwan, it would, if I had it listed as a bike and I tried to route somewhere, it would try and get me off of the roads, and so it would send me on bike routes and dirt trails and little walking paths, anything except a good road I could ride my bike on. And so a lot of times after a couple days, I learned that I couldn't route where I was going. I just had to look at the point and then try and figure it out as best I could, or route as a car. Bikes can ride on any of the roads in Taiwan except for the freeways. So that's good to know. Some of the roads are divided highways, but they still have a bike lane on the side. And some of them have a separate bike lane that's actually like a cement divider with the bike lane next to it.
.88.